Fox Movie Channel.
A Fox Business alert after getting Senate approval earlier. A temporary spending plan to keep the government running until March is expected to pass the House a little later today.
Yesterday, I asked New York Congressman Charlie Rangel on Bulls and Bears if he had read the text of the previously killed $1.2 trillion spending plan, as well as a $900 billion tax cut bill. Take a listen.
Of course not, but I certainly know what's in it.
How do you know what's in it?
Because of the debate that goes on and people insisting that something would be in it and something. And again, if omnibus bills and continuous resolutions are going to be decided by Republicans and Democrats at the 11th hour, no one's expecting anyone to read it.
That's really a spending attitude that has drawn the ire of taxpayers, but will that change when Republicans take over the House next month? Let's ask Congressman Dan Burton, Republican of Indiana. Good to see you, Congressman. So are there any kind of rule changes that the new Congress can put into effect that will prevent this kind of attitude where you don't even read the bills that you sign from happening?
Well, first of all, Charlie's a nice guy, but that's a very sad comment. We ought to know what's in every single bill, especially the spending bills that come through this body. We're talking about billions and trillions of dollars, and we really need to know what's in those bills. Second, there should be at least 3 or 4 days within which we and our staffs have a chance to go through these things line by line. And 72 hours is not too long a time to give to every person on every single bill like these, especially the spending bills. And third, we should not be passing 2,000-page bills unless we have adequate time to go through everything. You just can't do that. And I've been here a long time, and I can tell you we passed many bills that we didn't find out for 6 or 8 months what was in them, and by the time we found out, it was too late. So, yes, we need to know what's in them, and we need more time.
Congressman, is this the worst ever in terms of representatives, elected officials, not reading bills? Now, look, we're not so fatally naive here to think that congressmen have to read every parenthetical, every clause. We understand that. But Congressman Rangel was saying he gets his information from debates, and that will make some people watching, they'll make their heads explode if they hear that, especially in the Tea Party. They're supposed to be reading the stuff that's going to change our lives, our financial lives.
I think everybody has a right to be very angry about that. And, you know, Charlie was chairman of Ways and Means. He had probably close to 100, 125 people on his staff. And there's no question that every single spending item that was in any of those bills that were coming through appropriations or the tax bills and Ways and Means should have been perused very thoroughly. And everybody should have been able to find out what's in them and have adequate time to review them. We simply have not had, and as far as I'm concerned, and I know I have a lot of respect for a lot of my colleagues, this is the worst Congress I have served in as far as really doing the job properly. You
know, we even had Barney Frank coming out against the 1099 rule in Obamacare, which was going to be part of, well, it really is part of the Obamacare health package. He was against it, even though he voted in favor of Obamacare. That's where you have to calculate every spending of $600 or more. And he was against it. He wants to change it, but he voted for it.
Well, you know, David, that is an absolute nightmare for every business person, almost everybody that does any kind of business. When you talk about having to file a 1099 for every transaction over $600, I mean, the IRS is swamped right now. They're going to hire, they're planning to hire another 15,000 IRS agents, and that will not be enough, not even a drop in the bucket, if we pass legislation like this. So that 1099 provision has to be done away with very, very quickly. It's just a waste of time.
All right, Congressman Dan Burton, Merry Christmas to you, sir. Good Republican of Indiana. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. Appreciate it.
All right, well,
okay, guys.